Oh my gosh! Yay! Woohoo! Why, hello, welcome everybody. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me for more game dev today. If you haven't been here before, then greetings. You're in for a treat. We're going to be doing some fun, hopefully fun, character design stuff. Thank you very much for the follow as well. I really do appreciate it. I have anonymous follows on the channel, so I appreciate you joining the production team with your support there and following along. I don't remember where we left off last time, I'll be honest. Things have been hectic in my life lately, but in a good way for the most part, so that's good. I'm excited to get started today. So why don't we just jump on in and take a look at the document. I do know what I want to focus on today. I want to focus on character design work, so yes. Hey, Grognek, good to see you. I hope you're doing good today. You made it in time indeed. You made it in time. I have no idea what my hair looks like today either. I didn't look in the mirror. I just when I woke up and took the kids to school, I just brushed my hand through my hair and went, that'll do. It probably won't do, actually. I probably need to do my hair. It's got a weird divot in it. I don't know, maybe it looks cool. I'm gonna go with it looks cool. I've been excited to get back into the game dev though. The thing that's been holding me back on the game in the last couple of sessions, I would say, is definitely this character design. It's the thing that's like, it's the biggest mental block for me, is just getting the character design nailed down. This document is obviously not in the right position. We need to be all the way down here at game 4. And also I want to zoom in. I always like zooming in a bit. Yeah, gosh, I can't believe we've made it 12 days in and I still don't have a solid plan locked in, whatever. You know, last time I don't think I followed this plan at all. We didn't do a single background sketch. We did think about character designs. This is the only thing we did. Thinking about design for arcade minigame section. I have thought about this offline, but I couldn't say we've done any actual design work. So, yeah. We're up to day 12. Okay, this is a little out. I didn't prep myself at the end of the last stream. This is a bad thing. Productivity hack. Leave something half complete. You know, let me give you this productivity hacks. Productivity hacks. 1. Leave something half complete so that you know exactly where to pick up from when you next start trying to sit down and do some work. Because you'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, I was in the middle of doing that, and you finish it. Whether that's typing a paragraph of dialogue, or drawing a picture, or designing something, like, good hack. Leave something half complete. Next hack is always try and think about what you're going to do next time, so that when you do sit down next time and you're like, oh, I can't think of what to do, you've got a list. Having a list is really helpful, even if it's just like 3 things, or like 1 thing even. Like, plan the puzzle for the brick wall, or whatever, you know, I don't know what you're working on. Maybe you need to write a scene or something, but write that down. Write the thing down that you think, like, oh, soon I'm going to need to do this. Just write it down. Because now you have a list of things that you can try and do. If you get stuck for what to do next, you've got a list of things to try and do. I can go through this document. Which button do I press? Hello? Hello? There you go. I don't know why the Stream Deck just decided not to work. I can scroll back through here and go, use for making itch page. Oh, okay, yeah, well, maybe that's a bad example. Continue fiddling with character design ideas. I could go back here and pick that up. It turns out that's what we're actually working on today. I could look at this, fill out more of the itch page. I could actually go on the itch page and fill out some more details. If I got nothing else to do, I can look at this and go, oh, there's an unchecked item on day 6 that I didn't do. We need to redo this one actually because the submission failed. They sent me messages that I didn't see, so I need to resubmit it. There's probably more things that we could scroll back up through and like, okay, yeah, we kind of need to actually, we do need to go back through day 2 here because I did lay out a whole bunch of ideas and I didn't click on any. I obviously didn't fill this out properly. So we might want to go back to day 2 and have a look at what that looks like at some point. So yeah, we can always go back and look at other days. Just because it's not that day anymore doesn't mean you can't go back to the to-do list for that day and think about it. Which is what we're going to do probably next time. Hopefully today we actually do nail this. I want to finish the character design today. That's all I want to do. I don't care about anything else. Let's just write finish character design for main character, Sierra. Consider the family members may share traits, like visual traits. Maybe it's what clothes they wear, maybe it's the shape of their head, you know, anything. Anything goes. So those are some things I want to think about. Also, this should say day 12. And if we have time, which we won't, I promise you we will not finish the character design today, even though I say I want to. I won't get it perfect, but we'll try and get somewhere. Something else that I would like to do is actually, I want to get some more work done on the design for Act 3. Oh my gosh, my phone's ringing. It's probably not important. Let me just get this. It's probably nothing. It was unimportant. More design puzzles for Act 3, and I also want to draw wine art BGs for all main screens. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I have anonymous follows on this channel, but I do appreciate you joining the producers list. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate the follow. Hey there, Surprise Bees. Welcome in. Good to see you there. Common speech pattern might be fun for the family too. Yeah, that's true as well. Like, even if they just had like a catchphrase, like they would say, you know, like, I don't know what that would be, but yeah, it's a thing. Hey, Old Tinker, good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining the chat, and great to see you today. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm just finishing what I should have done last time. So this is like from productivity hack number 2. Having a list of things to go on with the next time you sit down is a good thing to have, which I didn't do last time. So now we have day 12 written up here. We're going to keep on working on designs. Maybe we'll do that. I doubt we'll actually get to these 2 things. I doubt we'll actually finish Sierra's design, but I will at least hopefully get to a point where I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to feel happy about it. I did have last time we did character work, and I was like not really feeling it, but I really wanted to push myself forward a little bit, which I think we did. What I want to take into account today is I want to go looking at Sierra's bedroom. I want to bring in like a little bit more of a concept of like what this character might look like. I think I want them to be a little bit more athletic looking than the other 2 characters, based on like some of the thoughts we had with Indiana Jones and Ben from Full Throttle, stuff like that. So we'll see where that lands. I'm thinking I want a skull on their t-shirt, so maybe we can take a look at Hoagie's t-shirt for a little bit of inspiration there. I think that has a skull on it. Let's see. Where's Hoagie? Do we have... Yeah, there we go. We got a Hoagie with a skull on his shirt. Something like that could be a cool reference. That could be a cool reference to make. Like, we can have a skull that looks similar to this on our character. I don't know if there's a better looking Hoagie image that we can take. Yeah, this one's a little bit better. So maybe we can take some inspiration from the skull here. I think head shape is a real problem right now. Most of my characters, if I had to like compare them to any of these, I'd say Laverne is the closest to my character designs. Head shapes, although when I look at my character design head shapes, none of them are anything like any of these. So I think maybe I can draw a little bit more inspiration from these characters. Maybe something a little bit more like this head shape for our character. I think I do want them to have a bit more of a jaw line somehow. So maybe we can work something out. I don't know. Maybe we can borrow some ideas from what we see here. Having the, I think shades is a cool idea, but I don't know if we want to go with shades. I think the backwards baseball cap and the leather jacket might work, which is something we were looking at. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I think we're ready to start getting into it as well. Hey, Stress Test. Good to see you. Full Throttle. What a throwback. Heck yeah. Full Throttle's great. Definitely a... The first character I designed was basically I took this character and took a lot of elements from them in terms of costume design, and used that to design that character. And then I obviously had like the walk cycle was based on Hoagie, and the hairstyle was a bit like a mix of hairstyles. Coburn, your legend. Hope you're doing well today, mate. All right. I think I'm just rolling up my sleeves because it's about time I actually get started with this. So I'm going to plug in my drawing surface thingy. What's it called? Huion. If this channel ever gets popular enough, I would love to get sponsored from like someone like Huion. get more equipment like this, because it's pretty cool. But you know, they've got better models than this one. This is like the mid tier, I think, of what they have on offer. One can dream. All right. When I plug it in, like the whole computer just decides to freak out, of course. So I have to deal with that. A red mark on my forehead? I do. Oh, it feels tender too. I wonder if I got burnt or something. I don't know. Alrighty. Good. So next step is to go over here and turn off that display. And now we've just got this. Go ahead and load up. I'm going to load Aseprite. I don't normally do character designs in Aseprite or pixel art. I normally do them like high res and sketch out ideas. But I think this might work as like an experiment. So I got sketches here for characters for Sierra, which you can see we've got our other two characters here. I do have to say, like, this character that I really roughly sketched out looks basically like this. It's not interesting to me at all. We had these other poses that I was kind of sketching out. I think these look maybe a little bit more interesting. I obviously tried to draw something that looked like Bernard a bit more here, which is not uninteresting to me. I kept on looking at him thinking like, oh, that's I couldn't think of a body pose to put him in. So I'm having a lot of trouble with just like trying to come up with a silhouette for this character. Yeah. All right, so I guess we just need to like drill down a little bit. I think the head shape needs to change. I think it's just not interesting enough. I think the only thing that's useful from what we drew last time is maybe the bits of the costume, like a brown leather jacket and a baseball cap on backwards. Those are basically all I can really salvage from these rough sketches. So full throttle on the thumbnail I click. Awesome stuff. Love it. Oh, awesome. Welcome in. Is it Timo? Or Timu? Welcome in. Great to have you. Thank you as well for whoever just followed. I have anonymous followers on the channel. I appreciate the support. So the head shape is going to be the family trait then. No, I think I need to get away from that. They're not supposed to be related. None of these characters are supposed to be related. So I need to move away from that a bit. And I think what I'm going to do is take a look at what other head shapes we can see in some of the other games like Full Throttle and so forth, and see if we can draw some inspiration from there. Sorry, my mouse is like awkwardly positioned at the moment. It's quite annoying. Let me just drag this window over. And yeah, if we click through a few of these, maybe we can see something. I think Full Throttle, like in general, is just a little bit too masculine for like our characters that we're designing for our game are supposed to be kids, right? I think they're maybe a little too masculine. Okay, that's the llama feet. Nothing that's for a puzzle. Okay, nothing weird about that. Yeah. Maybe we go for something a bit more Laverne-like here, or maybe somewhere like Laverne to Bernard sort of head shape might be interesting, because all our other characters do have like the more defined cheeks and like they're jaw heavy. Maybe I don't know, because like I said, I want this character to look a little bit more athletic. We'll see. I'll have to figure something out here. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute to figure this out, I think. But that's okay. I can waste as much time as I like today messing with stuff. This looks pretty good actually. Can I get this image in higher resolution? What did I click on? Open image in new tab is what I meant to click on. All right. So yeah, here's some interesting character designs. The horse is a good one. I like the horse. Ed. Man, that guy's got quite the jaw. This guy was the fake cigar sales guy or whatever, right? There's some interesting stuff here, though. Maybe we can draw some inspiration there. Did you already have a few prompts written down for what you're after? I do have some character traits that I wrote down. So, conspiracy theorist, obsessed with death, and they will fake... I wrote that they will fake their death at any opportunity. I don't know how I'm going to make that play into the story. It feels like a lot of animation work. So maybe I'll just have that as a trait that we can, like, we can visit more closely later on and maybe have 1 or 2 fake deaths in this game. But they're named Sierra. They're named after Sierra from, you know, the 90s, 80s, whenever else they were producing adventure games. So they do need to have, like... I feel like we need to have that personified a little bit with the way that they behave. And I think, like, having deaths... fake deaths is a funny way to acknowledge that. So our characters, for those of you who are new here, if you've never been here before, I'm making point-and-click adventure games in the style of... Mainly, I'm leaning towards the LucasArts Day of the Tentacle, Sam & Max Hit the Road art style. Getting to the, like, Wednesday Addams vibes. Yeah, maybe some Wednesday Addams vibes could be where we draw some inspiration from too. So yeah, if you're familiar with Day of the Tentacle, Sam & Max Hit the Road, those Lucas games, that's where I'm drawing inspiration from primarily with the visuals of the game. As far as the design goes, I would say I'm leaning in that direction a bit as well, where I am trying to bring my own flavor to it, and we're trying to focus on, like, interesting mechanics, not having things feel too stagnant in terms of, like, puzzle designs. I don't want them to feel like we're just copy and pasting the same puzzle topography or topology, and, you know, just changing some nouns and verbs and calling it a day. I want the puzzles to feel, like, unique each time you do one, or to have, like, some kind of the results be unique as well is another way to deal with that. So the last one I did, I put a lot of thought into that. In this one, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on characterization, which is why I guess I'm sort of struggling a lot more with character design this time around, because I do want to focus a little bit more on characterization. I want to have actually I do want to have voice acted dialogue for this game, where the last two I didn't have any voice acting, and I want to have more interactions between characters, so there'll be, like, dialogue focused puzzle solutions in this game, as well as the other things. One of the things I am aiming to do is having, like, an arcade section that's actually good. So I want to have, like, basically a game that could stand alone and be its own little game inside this game. So, like, not like just not something lazy like a Flappy Bird clone or something, or like a... Not that that's lazy, but you know what I mean, like something with a little bit more depth to it, so that, like, it's the kind of game you might download from Steam, but it'll be a sort of like just a vertical slice of something like that, if that makes sense. Yeah. Day of the Tentacle is maybe your favorite adventure game, top 3 for sure. It's so good. Day of the Tentacle is a really, really, really good game. Absolutely. The engine, Timo, is it Timu? Anyway, Tim. I'll say Tim for now. The engine I'm using is AGS, and it's the choice for that. I do have, like, a whole bunch of information on the decision here, this is like I did this decision matrix basically back for game 1 at the start of this year, but I basically reused it to like revalidate my decision each of these adventure games I've been working on. So you can see here like AGS's score is much higher than the other ones. We're talking like it's nearly it's over 9 out of 10. The rest of them are not even close, and like these are subjective for a bit of it. I think there's some objectivity here, but for the most part, like, hey, it's me who has to do the work, so what I think is probably gonna be the most accurate number I can pick, right? So I was looking at it like, what's the complexity of implementing a game like this in this engine? How fit is the engine to making this type of game? Like, it's pretty damn fit, I would say. What's the price? The price for all of these engines or resources, because some of them aren't even complete engines, what's the price? It's basically 0 for everything. However, there is a pricing model. Like, hey, if you sell like this many units and you make this much money, then you owe us a certain amount back, or you have to upgrade to a new license, and then you no longer have the $0 price. It starts to cost you something to have. There's also licensing suitability, which is slightly different, and this is basically mostly looking at how the licenses operate. Like, okay, if you sell this much, it's going to be that much, but also the way that the developers of the engine have treated their licenses and their customer base in the past. So Unity famously a few years, well, is it a year ago now, a little while back, famously Unity tried to gouge their customers a fair bit for more money, and that's why I said their license suitability is very low, because they already they would have already been like an 8 or a 7, and then with that behavior I just felt like they weren't really there wasn't a lot of value to them. But if you look at the numbers, Unity and PowerQuest, if I just went with Unity and PowerQuest, it would have been a better choice, like purely on a technical decision, because the fitness is very high and the complexity, whilst it's a little high, it's not that bad. So this is an inverse one, actually. Lower number's better on this one. Higher number is better on this one. So, but yeah, like if we were to just normalize the rest of it to what the other ones are, it's a very good choice. 8.75 compared to 9. So at this point, if it was this close, I would just pick whichever one I felt like using, and I probably would have gone with Unity and PowerQuest, but knowing that the engine and pricing model weren't what I liked, that knocked it back a lot. So there you go. That's how I made my decision. I know you just said what engine, but there you go. I'm using AGS because of these reasons. Yeah, so this is what's this? This is Day of the Sandwich data. So that's the first game. I don't have the second game open. The third game, actually, technically, but the second point-and-click adventure game I don't have open right now. So anyway, yeah, I don't have data on that. Excel sheets and stuff. Yeah, heck yeah, get excited about the Excel sheets. That's the way. Here's the game design that we're working on. So these are the previous 2 game designs in the green square down here. So this is the more complex second game that I made in this series. The first one is just like much less complicated. It's yeah, there's not a lot going on there. This one obviously has a lot of complications. And this one I'm breaking down into a 3-act structure to try and alleviate some of the complexity, but also to have a sense of progression through the story as well. And again, I want to focus more on the characterization in this and like interactions of characters. So that's why I'm trying to go with a 3-act structure to help with that. Not to derail you too much, but why is custom engine fitness a 5? Let me go back and have a look. I guess I'm like in my mind, unfortunately I don't remember exactly what my thought process was. I talked about it while I was making the spreadsheet, but basically what I would say, just looking at it now, is making a custom engine takes a fair bit of effort. The effort involved is pretty high, but you can obviously make something very good. And what's the trade-off look like there is like, okay, it's going to be a very high effort to get to the point where we can actually release the engine, release the game. But if we did that, it would be very suitable. So like, its fitness rating's probably like, if I sit down and start trying to make a game right now, it's not fit to make the game. But by the time I'm finished, it would be great to make the game. So there's a bit of a trade-off in like, okay, there's a big time investment that's being considered here with the fitness rating, I would say. Complexity rating obviously being high as well sort of notes that as well. You know, and then obviously with the custom engine, it's like, okay, we have to figure out like deployment processes for different platforms. So if we wanted to go to like Linux, or we wanted to go to web deployment or Mac deployment, that would obviously add other complexity on top of it. Whereas like something like AGS is like it can already do all of that basically. So yeah, hopefully that's reason enough. I think it's a pretty good reason. Draforan, great to see you. I hope you're doing good today. As for the puzzles and faking death, I just had Sierra writing her own obituaries for her death. That would be pretty funny. I'm just going to have a little coffee. Not tea. Coffee today. So in terms of design, there's still like a pretty... I still want to expand the Act 2 section out a fair bit, and Act 3 is like not very well populated. Act 2 is going to have a custom minigame. That's the red note here. We've got a minigame that we have to build. And I want that to, like I said, I want that to be like a really interesting thing that could easily stand alone and be its own game that somebody would buy on Steam or something like that, but just a very small slice of that, because you only want the brother is basically saying like, hey, can you please finish level 3 for me, and then I won't dob on you for leaving or whatever. So you kind of have to finish the game, like finish that level for them so they can get through it. So I want that to be interesting and challenging, and I want it to feel like it plays good too. So this is not going to do well as a web game unless I put it on-screen controls on it. Like I'd actually have to work on it. I guess as a web game it'll be fine, but for a mobile game, I should say, for a mobile game it probably won't be very good unless I put on-screen controls and yada yada. But I want it to feel like very good. I don't want it to feel like, a lot of the times when you see an action game done in like a engine like this, they're not very good. Sometimes they are, but for the most part I don't think they are that great. I think it would definitely make something more powerful. Based on the stuff that I made in the previous game, I think we could do something very good for an arcade style game. Anyway, yeah. I'm all over the place today. All I want to focus on today is this, finishing this character design. So we're going to move on and take a look at this. So one thing I wanted to do is just bring in to here. I would like to, let's see if I can just open... this is not what I'm looking for, is it? This is what I'm looking for. This is like, I think this is scaled up though. Let's just open it. Yeah, it's scaled up. Okay. Can I do some kind of resizing it? I mean, that seems about right. Yeah. I just wanted that to anchor the characters a little bit, so when I'm drawing them, I can turn that on and off to anchor it. Hey, Leather Soup, good to see you on 100 Acre Woods. Great to see you too. What's up? Piss tanks for the minigame for the win. Maybe we could do piss tanks. Maybe an Easter egg of piss tanks. The problem is implementing all the physics in AGS would be quite burdensome, to say the least. I'm gonna say, I'll put it that way. I don't know. I don't think that the scripting language that's in AGS is up to implementing the physics for something like that, unfortunately. Another hockey stick. Maybe all 3 protagonists play hockey. Maybe. Are you completely soloing your projects? I would like to. Right now, for the last 2 games, I did solo almost 100% of them. When it comes to music, I haven't developed a skill for it yet. Pretty old to be learning how to make music, frankly. I wish I'd learned it when I was a kid. But I'm not there yet with music, so I'm definitely willing to accept help with that. But everything else is basically 100% me at the moment. When we eventually go to Kickstarter, so basically I'll give you the full plan as well, Tim, since you're asking all these interesting questions. I appreciate that. I'll give you the full rundown on the plan, which is right here. The full rundown. Phase 1 is to complete these 3 mini adventure games. They're supposed to be 10 to 40 minutes each. The first one was about 20 minutes for a first time playthrough. If you know, take your time and look at everything, it's about 20 minutes. The second one is about an hour, so I overshot a bit. I've seen people streaming it taking up to like 3 hours, so it can be a complex game to play, the second one. The third one, hopefully we'll have that finished sometime early next month, but I don't know. I got a lot of work ahead of me if I'm going to do that. But that's this one that we're working on right now. After that's done, we're going to go to phase 2, which is actually, I'll start fully working on the design for the big adventure game, which brings all 3 of these characters together to interact. And it'll be more focused on like that kind of Day of the Tentacle style gameplay where you have multiple characters and doing multiple different things and all that kind of fun stuff. It'll be a much bigger game, and the plan for that design is, as I'm working on it, I will work on like another kind of like vertical slice mini adventure that I can use as a Kickstarter demo, as well as these 3 games, and bring all of those together to say like, hey, I want to get funded for this project, please help me. Basically basically take that to Kickstarter, and hopefully Kickstarter backers will come along and actually support the project, and then I can go full time on it and finish it in, 6 months instead of like 3 years or however long it would take if I wasn't working full time. So that's phase 3 is the Kickstarter, actually preparing that and launching it. So phase 2 is like really the mini game design and full game design and like actually putting together like the mini adventure. Phase 3 would be actually preparing and launching the Kickstarter. Well, it says phase 4 is launch the Kickstarter. Phase 5 would be, once we know whether or not the Kickstarter was successful, we deal with it, and like if it's successful, we work full time. Maybe I bring on somebody else to help out with art and design work or something like that. But yeah, hopefully we knock it out in, like, I've written here 3 to 6 months. We'll see. We'll see. That might be unrealistic, 3 to 6 months. That's like unestimated because I don't have the design to work off of, but I'm thinking somewhere around 6 months. Hopefully that all makes sense. Sorry, probably stupid question, but title for the third day of the Redacted, is that a callback joke to an old game or just a fun title? Oh, Day of the Redacted. Right. Sorry. You mean this. So the first one was called Day of the Sandwich. The second one was called Day of the Hamster. And the third one is called Day of the Redacted. Originally, I just said Day of the Redacted as a joke. But in my mind, I was already thinking about, like, this character, like, being kind of like the quirky one, where they're, like, obsessed with aliens and death and stuff like that. Like conspiracy theories is going to be a thing for them. And so I thought actually Day of the Redacted could be a fun way to do it. Basehole, hi, good to see you. Piss Tanks adventure game. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Combine acid with tank. Yeah, maybe someday. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, 100 Acre. You're welcome. And the other factor is, when I do get to launching, like the actual big game, it's not going to be called Day of the Something. I want those. I'm happy to use Day of the Something for these mini games because it's like, you know, I'm very open about referencing LucasArts adventure games. But for the third one, I want it to stand alone a little bit. And so it will have a different name. It'll be called something else. I don't know what it will be called yet. Honestly, I haven't thought that hard about what the name will be. I've only thought a little bit about like where I want the story to go and stuff like that. Yeah. You have the evil mastermind who makes piss tanks. I mean, I am the evil mastermind, I guess. Hey there, Goozy. Welcome in. God, and look out! Corporate America is coming. Wow, that's an intro. Is that from something? Is that a quote? You've got quote marks around it. I wonder if it's from something. He has to solve problems, but he ends up in a situation where piss tanks are the only logical conclusion. It's a reference to Half-Life. I mean, Corporate America is coming is not in Half-Life. I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that. But welcome in, Goozy. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. All right. I think we're done with the distractions for a bit here. I'm gonna just move this window back up over here so I can look up at it when I want to. And I'm gonna start looking at some character design. So we're gonna keep working on some sketches, I think. I still have like this idea in my mind that this character should look more cool, but I don't really want them to look cool. I want them to look more nerdy than cool. We'll see if we can figure it out. Good luck with it, Mike. You're nailing the style. Thank you, Old Tinker. I appreciate it. All right. I'm not ignoring you or anything. I'm just gonna start like looking down here, and the chat's not on this screen, but I'll glance up occasionally and read the messages and stuff. But I'm gonna start trying to figure something out here. I guess the first thing to do. Let's see, what layer is this? That's that layer with those characters in it. Maybe I can move them around a little. Whoops. Maybe I can move them around a little bit somehow. Just so they don't feel awkward. Put them there. This guy, which they are. Okay. So that's all like, whoops. That's all the sort of sketchy stuff I was working on. I think we need to like... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do actually... I'm going to take this guy. I'll put a new layer in. Just get rid of that for now, because it's a little distracting seeing it. Get rid of this blob. Let me get rid of this Bernard alike. I'll get rid of that guy too. All right. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. He had an interesting looking head, but whatever. Maybe we can start coming up with something now. A little bit less noise on the screen. Oh, whatever, base hole. Oh, whatever. Okay. Gordon, those are Combine soldiers. If they see, they shoot. Gordon, look out. Gordon, I Shrunk the Kids. There's a good combo. Imagine Half-Life, but set in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids universe. Alright. Wakes up and starts causing trouble. Hi, BNU. Thanks for causing some trouble over here. I appreciate it. My brain is still, like, ticking over, like, ideas at the moment. Let's see. Legs too long. Kind of want to like maintain the hips are about here. What if I just go chuck another layer in? And just be like something like this. This is a little bit of a loose reference for like where everything should be. Mr. Mike, I will be right back. I have to restart my cellular device. Don't go anywhere now. No, we'll be here. We'll be here. All right. Let's see. Start with a foot. I got this like image in my head and I'm not sure how to make this character look the way they look in my head here. But we'll see if maybe we can come up with some way to achieve it. It's going to be very loose with the blobbiness here and just try and like build out like a bit of a pose. I want the head to be a different shape than the other heads. Maybe something like that. This is like not too bad of a silhouette, I think. It's not too bad, honestly. Could be worse. Let me just take this, actually. There we go. Oh, I just saved. Whoops. That was a mistake. Oh well. This is certainly like more interesting than some of the other stuff I've done. That pose. With kind of like the hand on the hip sort of look. A very casual looking person. think the head's a little small. Hello? The heck? You've reappeared. Excellent, Gruzy. Excellent. His arms skinny. Yeah, we gotta get. We don't want to have them have thick arms. We need thin arms. This is still just silhouetting an idea out anyway. I kind of like the look of this. I'm thinking like, you know, boots. Oh wait, that's not gonna. I need a thinner brush. Hang on. So like, you know, boots. Jacket. Messy hair. Attitude. With the hand on the hip, you know. These are all interesting traits. I wonder if I can get away with making him a bit broader somehow. And still look like a kid. Why don't we take this shape and we'll just try and fill it out into an actual character and see how it looks. I think the legs may be too long, but we might be able to get away with that. We might be able to get away with that. One thing I noticed about, like, let me just drag this onto the screen again. One thing I noticed about the characters in Day of the Tentacle, their legs are all quite short. Their torsos make up like 50% of the person. You know. Torsos make up quite a lot. Bernard is a bit unique in that his head makes up a much more vertical slice than the vertical portion compared to the other two characters. But I think we can get away with it. Like, I think there's some rules here that we can kind of like bend. It looks like they bend rules occasionally here with their character designs too. So maybe we can bend some rules about, like, you know, where somebody's hips should sit and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe we can bend those rules ourselves. His attitude seems hipster because his hand's on his hip. All right. Back to this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and just take this silhouette and see if I can build it up into something that maybe is a character we can work from. I'm not unhappy with the silhouette, actually. It's pretty decent. Which is good compared to last time I was streaming. I was like, I couldn't seem to land on anything that I was happy with. I was like, nah, that's not going to work. Let's get rid of that layer. Let's also get rid of... We'll keep that around. Get rid of that. Let's focus on this guy. I feel like I need these two over here, standing in the room with him. Yeah, he's going to be a bit taller than the others. And I think that might be okay. I hope he doesn't come off as like a Mary Sue type character, though. That would suck. Like, you know, oh, that's the cool guy and he looks cool and he's got cool hair and he just does everything cool. I wish I could be like that guy. What is your background? You definitely got the art part rock solid. Oh, thank you. The background is what I was working on for this game, actually. It's the first room in the game. I wanted to have something I could put up on like the itch page immediately before I finish working on the game. So thank you. Yeah, it's oh, by the way, if you want, I just realized there's a bunch of new people hanging out and they haven't seen, probably haven't seen the page yet. Yeah, if you go to that page, which I'll do now, that's the most recent game that I released. It's free. That's Say the Hamster. So these are the, see some of the screens from it. There's some interesting puzzles in there. Oh, I'm sorry, Timu. I now understand what you mean. My background. My background. Okay. I actually thought you might be asking about what's behind me. And then I thought, no, you must be talking about the character background. Okay, yeah. I'll get to. I'll give you some information in just a minute. So there's those ones, and then if you go to the here, you can see Day of the Sandwich. This is the first one I released. This one was a very quick turnaround, like 2 weeks at the start of the year. It was me getting my butt into gear and actually doing something. And then Day of the Redacted is the one we're currently working on, which has this background in it, obviously, which is the one you're looking at. There are a lot of backgrounds, true. Looks like 2003-ish Flash game used to educate children on the use of school. I think if 2003 Flash games looked this good, more people would have played them. Where's my mouse gone? Hello? I've lost my mouse again. Oh, there you are. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate the support. I have anonymous follows on the channel, so feel free to lurk away or jump in the chat and say hello. Either way, I appreciate it. Okay, so my background. I have a broad background, I would say. I started programming when I was about 7 years old. And I started... like, that was just typing in stuff from books and things like that. I started programming my own games and things probably when I was about 10. You know, writing engines in QBasic and making fun little games and text adventures and roguelikes. I didn't know what they were, but something like a roguelike. I eventually, somebody taught me C. I don't remember, like, how we knew that person. It was just like a family friend or something. So I learned C, and they gave me some C stuff and gave me some tips, and I started fiddling with it. I've always been interested in art. Like, if I was sitting in a class at school, if I wasn't actually working on, like, something actively, like if the teacher was talking at the front of the class, or, you know, we just had, like, free time or whatever, I'd always be drawing. I love drawing. So I wanted to be like an animator or an artist when I grow up, kind of thing. That was like one of the things I thought, it'd be cool if I could be an artist when I grow up, like an animator or something like that. That didn't work out in the end. Like, I didn't go down that road. But like the idea's like always been there. It's always something I've been interested in. So, you know, I just sort of like, I guess I just had some opportunities to go into dev first, and that's where I ended up landing. It's not like I didn't really make a solid decision with my life at the time, because I was like not sure what I wanted to do when I finished high school. And so I went in and started studying like programming, and I also was doing like multimedia stuff, like design, like 3D modeling and stuff like that too. I did some traditional art stuff. At the time, I was doing contract work, both with graphic design and with programming as well. I'm just trying to come up with some idea for these boots. Maybe I'll go look at some full throttle boots as well. So from there, I guess I just sort of started, like I was always working on game projects. That's one thing that never really stopped, is like I was always interested in working on game projects, even while everything else is going on in my life. Like, yeah, and there was always some kind of like game project I wanted to work on. I don't know how this hair is going to work out yet, but we'll figure something out. This guy's too cool. I think he's too cool. I need to like not be so cool. So anyway, after I was studying to get Bachelor of Computer Science, Computer Science, whatever you call it. I can't even remember what it was called. I didn't finish it. I ended up getting employed full-time doing QA at a engineering company, and after about 6 months doing that, they put me in the programming team because I automated a lot of the QA, and I worked there for a couple of years. And it was engineering software for designing roofs and stuff like that. It was pretty cool actually, because I was doing like real-time 3D rendering and like doing like writing solvers for you know, loads of like materials and stuff like that. And then I did from there, I at this point in my life, I was ready to like start a family. Like I wanted to get married and buy a house and those kind of things, and I was not in that position to do that yet. So somewhere along the way, like I was like, my wife and I think we were engaged, or we'd just been married when I started like looking, I have to find a new job so we can earn more money so I can you know, get a deposit for a house. So I went and found a different job, and that ended up being in far less interesting in terms of programming and creativity. It was more like just focused on full stack development for web stuff. And then you know, that job lasted a while, and I went to another job at a large retailer in Australia, and I did a lot of software engineering for them, a lot of back-end stuff as well as some web stuff for them. And then I went and went to another company, which was like a hosting company, which got bought out by a very large multinational company, and I ended up heading up their software engineering for Southeast, for the Asia Pacific, basically. So, you know, Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific. So I was managing teams in multiple countries of software engineers, and then I went and started a startup with a friend, and that didn't go so good. And then I went into contracting again, and I just recently, all that contracting work dried up, and I had to get a new job. And so I've just started a new job like 3 weeks ago. I might have missed a few steps along the way, but that's my background. Hey there, Toasty. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. If 2003 Fresh games looked this good, Fractal Mind Mike would brag his game looked better than a different thing. That's right. That's right. Accidentally got a job as enterprise web service dev. Whoops. Oopsie. Oh man. Some broad background experience. I didn't even share like everything. That's not everything. I also did clowning. Was like something I was doing to earn extra money, and like because I genuinely enjoyed that, the physical side of it. I did some stunts in some like indie films as well. Yeah, I had done a lot. There's a broader background there. Also, like the art and graphic design stuff, and I kept doing stuff like that on the side as well. Because I always need a creative outlet, and I can't just do one thing with my life. Like right now, I've kind of got 3 jobs, right? I've got my day job, which is 3 days a week. I've got this, doing the game dev, and I have the streaming as well. Not to mention, I have family with 3 kids and a wife that I also spend a lot of time doing stuff. So it all adds up. It keeps me busy. When did you get diagnosed with ADD? Last year. Believe it or not. Hey, for the poll, good to see you. Confess, Mike, how long did you have to do the pole dancing job to make ends meet? I never had to do anything like that, fortunately. Yeah, last year, it was early last year, and it's like, hey, it suddenly all makes sense. And the reason, like, my wife is a psychologist. She probably already suspected it. She probably mentioned it a few times, like maybe you should get tested for this. But when my son got a diagnosis, I was like, no, that's all completely normal. What are you talking about? Like, that's like, everybody's like that. So I didn't really realize it. Yeah, that's when I realized, oh, okay, I'm actually different. That makes sense, I guess. Because I always wondered, like, if it's so difficult for me to do these things, like, how does everybody else manage to do everything? But yeah. Oh, it was you. That was the same for you, Toasty. It's such a weird life. When you learn something, you're like, oh, that's why I hated school so much. Yes, we are, Coburn. You did the pole dancing job for 36 years? Wow. That's a lot of years, Goozy. My whole life makes sense now. Yeah, basically, like, so, like, you know, if you want to talk about school when I was growing up was like way, obviously, like, you probably a lot of you are in a similar boat. It was way worse than it is these days. Like, if you're a kid in the 80s and you're like, you know, learning to write and you're left-handed, they like get angry at you for using your left hand, and they're like, no, you must use your right hand like everybody else. And that was school sucked, because for a lot of those sort of reasons. Oh man, diagnosed during primary school for ASD. It wasn't until senior years in high school until I grasped how to deal with it. Yeah, I bet. It's a whole thing. That's a whole thing, yeah. Good morning, Swedish Nick. I hope you're doing good today. 100%, I'm a genius tier intelligence, but ADD, yeah. So, like, I've only done the IQ test a couple of times, but both times it was, like, the 140 range, 142 and 138 was the scores I'd gotten. So like either side of it, which is like high, but not ultra high. And I always wonder, like, if I wasn't so ADHD, maybe if I do another one, like if I get on some ADHD meds and like focus more, maybe I could do better, but I don't know. I don't know if they account for that. High-functioning form of Asperger's and autism. Yeah, I actually know a lot about that, Coburn, because my wife is she does educational psychology. She works in schools. She does a lot of diagnosis for stuff like that, as well as other learning disabilities and other social, like, growth disabilities, stuff like that as well, which is like, it's fun. It actually makes it funny to me that in all these years, like, she never really, like, pushed me as hard as she probably could have to go talk to someone. Invented some cool stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Toasty. You should I personally, I don't put a lot of stock in the IQ tests, but I think that they're interesting. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a little bit of background on me. A lot more background than I intended to ever talk about, so whoops, I guess. Let's see. This guy is too cool. His torso's not long enough. That's the first thing I can see. Like just comparing to the other guys, torso's not long enough, but the pose is okay. I think we'll work with this. So we'll just keep on. We'll work on it a little bit. Try and get this guy to look like he fits in a little bit better with this world. So I think like literally, first thing I could probably do is just grab, like, say this part of him and just like move it down a little bit and just connect the dots. That might help. Where's my pen tool? I forget what button to press for some reason. Okay. Oh, I've got some selection. There we go. So the other thing about the jacket is I don't want the jacket to be too... I want the jacket more open. And I want him in a black tee. Where's my eraser button? That one. Maybe the jacket's too cool if it's like up like this, so maybe like lower it a little bit. I want him to look a bit more dorky. Maybe I should give him spectacles. Invented a method for flow detection in soldering. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Would you think you can apply it to 3D printers for filament jam detection? That would be really good. That would be very good to have. It's what you developed for in the first place in robotic soldering. Oh, okay. The only difference is we feed plastic, not soldering wire. Yeah. Causes a temperature delta in the head when it feeds properly, and it doesn't if it's not. That makes absolute sense. Yeah. Right. Well, does it? Hang on. Yeah, I guess it does. White tape in the middle, maybe. Yeah, you mean like Bernard? Just take Bernard's spectacles. Because he has the white tape in the middle too. I think I'm okay with him being taller than the other two as well. I could lower his head a little bit though. There you go, now he's not really taller. Jacket color, I want to be brown. Maybe I'll take the brown from the boots. Just thinking 80s, yeah. Yes, like Steve Urkel and such, yeah, exactly. Which I'm assuming, like, there's probably some archetype that Urkel and Bernard and stuff are referencing. There's probably some archetype there, I would bet. That's not the right color. Hey, Dragon! Welcome in, Dragon Facts. Jerry Lewis, Nutty Professor, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's where they're referencing. That was like the 60s or so. The cold plastic being forced into the head by the extruder requires specific energy input to melt. If you get to temp with less energy or too fast, you didn't melt plastic. Right. It makes sense. Like, it seems like the kind of thing you should be able to detect the anomaly, like, with, like, just data sets showing, like, you'd probably, yeah, that's interesting. Interesting, Toasty. Very interesting. Suspenders? I don't know. I don't think this guy has room for suspenders. And we already have suspenders on Delphine as well. This guy still looks too cool, and I don't think the jacket's working for me. But I really want the leather jacket, so we're gonna stick with it and persist to see how we go. Wrote an algo to detect the anomalies of for the robots. Yeah, right. Makes sense. Could see Mike wearing those pants, mom jeans. What pants? I haven't drawn the pants yet. Don't forget to have him restlessly say that doesn't work. Yeah, relentlessly saying that doesn't work. Yeah, of course. Wrote up an algo to detect the anomalies for the robots. It worked 100% of the time, but there was a 20°C delta in that process. Right, so it's a bit more obvious. The delta's more obvious there. All right, I don't know if we can go, I don't know if we can get away with blue jeans for everyone. I think that's a little bit too like ordinary. So maybe if we go for gray or like beige slacks for this guy. Something different. What's Ben's jeans color? What pants does Ben wear from Full Throttle? Okay, they're like a beige brown. They're almost the brown of this jacket, actually. Let's see. This is Ben's pants. We'll go for that look, maybe. There's a lot more like shading and tone in Full Throttle characters than there is in Day of the Tentacle characters. Interestingly enough. Like this is very much dependent on the line work. There's tiny, like, arguably tiny amounts of shading here, like on the legs, for example. But for the most part, this is like line work. Even Hoagie, who you would expect to have like, you know, darker tones under his belly and stuff, he's just line work. Whereas you look at the Full Throttle characters and there's like, you know, you can see the creases in their jeans and in their pants and stuff like that. They're also, I guess, like the character takes up a lot more space in the pixel art. Is Full Throttle like way higher res than Day of the Tentacle? Or is it just like, I guess it's not. I guess they're not that much higher res. They're just drawn differently. Like the facial expressions on these characters, which I don't take enough advantage of in my current games, they have like a lot of opportunity for more facial expression than these characters do. For example. Maybe I could do the ears. Put the ears on this guy. I keep wanting to drag it off to the right, and there's nothing to the right. Gary, good to see ya. Ripped grey jeans, that could work. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with brown, but we can maybe put a tear. I don't know if we got enough space in those legs for a tear in the jeans, but we could try. We could try. Different hairstyle that way. If it's a different race, I do want human. I do want human, unfortunately. Red jeans, Coburn? That doesn't work. I don't wanna. Nuh-uh. Oh boy. Yeah, this jacket's gotta change a lot. I might take a look at some other jackets and see what we can figure out with the jacket. But I do want a leather jacket. I want this character to be inspired by Indiana Jones. I'm gonna change the hair up a lot. I don't think this hair is ridiculous. It's too much. It's too like it's too close to like a manga style of hair, I think. So we'll deal with that eventually. The skull on the shirt's pretty important. I think I want to like remember that, so I'm going to take an opportunity to put something in right now. You know, it doesn't have to be high detail, but we need something there to remember it by. Need to zoom in because this pen is not accurate enough. Where's the zoom button? Oh, I'll use the mouse wheel. I don't want to get too much like bogged down into the detail, so I'm going to stop working on the detail in a second here, but I don't know. A little bit too straight on that jacket, maybe. We'll see. Floppy jacket? Like a floppy disk jacket? Oh, like shades? Oh. Sorry, you meant like black, not like a species. I'm sorry, 100 Eggwoods. For some reason, I was just thinking like alien, because you're like a different, they look so different. But no, I get what you mean, yeah. We could try that. I didn't think of that, so that's maybe my fault for not thinking of it, but we could totally try something else, yeah. we can come back to that. We don't have to make a decision right now. I want to get I just want to get the body shape and the pants and the boots and stuff in, and then we can maybe try and refine it a little bit. Once we got that locked in, we can start looking at some like more details, like the face, or facial features, the hair. But yeah, if I can nail down the costume a bit better, that would be great. I would really like to see that happen. I think what I want to do is like around the jacket, like readjust that position a little bit. Maybe push this arm back behind the character a bit, because it's like, you know, I like that most of the other characters are like more of a 3/4 view. Even when they're facing straight down, they're not facing straight like this. So we'll have to work on that too. Let's get those browns in for the pants. I don't know if we can just... I'll just eyeball them, I guess. Start from here. A bit more green, actually, in there. Just trying to find the right tone here. Maybe that'll work somewhere around there. You like the graphic I did on the shirt a lot? Oh, thanks. We'll see how that turns out when we, as we keep developing the character out. But that could definitely work. So one thing I think I noticed about the... Let me just bring up the Day of the Tentacle characters again. Yeah, one thing I think I noticed about Day of the Tentacle characters is they do have bigger thighs than like the rest of the legs. I guess Laverne's an exception, but she has the skirt. So like, yeah, Hoagie and Bernard both have that going on. Something else to keep in mind with these characters. Maybe you want to take advantage of that style as well a little bit. This kid like wants to be like Indiana Jones, I guess. It's like Indiana Jones costume was the inspiration I saw last week that I'm trying to draw from now. Maybe the boots are a bit ridiculous, but I kind of like big ridiculous boots. The problem is I don't know what color to make them. Probably black is the best choice. So I'm taking Delphine's jacket style maybe and going from there. That was really cool to learn some more about your background and what you've been working on, Toasty. That's really cool. Very exciting, actually. I hope your 3D printing modeling goes well. Where's my zoom button? I don't know where the zoom button is on this app. I don't want to spend too much time detailing the boots, but I do want the boots to have, like, be nearer complete, I guess. Should I have the laces coming in on the boots too? Like, probably. Bit of detail around that. Wouldn't hurt. I think this boot maybe is a little too far to the left. Just gonna... I think we could probably work with this. Like, I can work on refining this character design a lot more. And I think we could introduce a little bit more color. Like, the others have a little bit more detailing and stuff going on in their costume as well. But, like, as like a baseline, I think this could work. He doesn't look quite like his... His pose doesn't look quite right still. And I think, like, that some of that can come just from cleanup. But, I mean, maybe we can try and do a little cleanup as well while we're here. Indiana phones, Alabama Jones, yeah, Idaho Jim. The shoes are too much. They're too big, I think. They're too comedically large. I can work on that though. Again, I still feel like there's something missing. Like there's not enough character here somehow. More buckles, rivets on the jacket. Yeah, I think we need to do something with the jacket. The jacket's still very underdeveloped. Kind of want to look at what Indiana Jones sprite looks like, actually. Which I think I might still have open somewhere. Here we go. There's not a lot to work with here. The only thing I can notice is like there's a there's maybe a hint of a pocket here and the strap for the satchel, which that might actually make some sense to throw a satchel in. Bit more of a Blade Runner style jacket if I go this way with the bigger collar. Selling these fine leather jackets. Bedtime, Adrian. Have a good sleep. Thank you so much. How much do you want for your shoes? Less pixels. Less pixels for my shoes, though, I think. I like the idea of big boots, but I just don't think they look right in these characters. I am starting to feel like this is coming together finally, though. I feel like I'm finally landing on a character design that I could go, like, I could look at and say, yes, I'm happy with it. Which is good, because I was starting, like, last week, I was starting to despair a little bit. Sleep well, Adrian, sleep well. Now we have to, like, start refining the face shape a little bit, I think, too. I honestly wouldn't mind putting those ears on that we looked at on Bernard. We can have a look at that. Need to work out this hairline. And also hair. It's a process, and over time, even the most unassuming mascot or symbol can find its own, like what happens with companies and websites, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I've been very reluctant to do character design work on the stream because, like, the way I work is pretty erratic when it comes to character design. So forcing myself to just sit down and try and draw a character in pixel art, like, straight away is pretty different. Normally I do, like, a lot of thumbnail sketches of, like, shapes and stuff, but I couldn't really land on anything with this character. I was really having a hard time, like, even thinking, like, what should I try? So taking a different approach has helped, actually. I can probably work a little bit more on the shape of this face too, like maybe, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can come up with something else to do here too, is what I'm thinking. I might just turn off the background for a bit while I look at this. It may help just a little bit with the getting the look how I want. Hmm. Original Simpsons characters looked. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll refine it. We'll refine this character a bit. I'm gonna go back and redo Delphine's character a little bit as well. Eventually, she's still not finished. What if the hair looks like Bad Boy band hair, spikes like you have, but with frosted tips like NSYNC? Maybe. I think the hair's not going to be spiky. I think I might... Like, I did have the idea of baseball cap originally, and I think I might go back to that. Now that I've got a character pose that's almost working for me. The hand still doesn't feel right on the hip here. It doesn't feel like they're established as a hand on hip look. It's just sort of like weirdly holding his hand next to him. I'm going to try and bring it up a little bit and maybe splay the fingers out so you can see them a bit more or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what I can do there. The other hand, though, looks pretty good, actually. This looks okay. This looks bad. I think it's partly to do with, like, the shape of the arm, too. I'm not so sure about where this shoulder is. I think his neck is, like, a little off-centered as well. Like, his neck should be across by a pixel. His whole head. Maybe I'll fiddle with that for a second here. I'm at M-Re Gaming. Hello. SLM to you too, whatever that means. Hello, how are you developing your game? Yes, I am. You can help us. We are developing it. Can we talk on Discord? Please, let's take you to our group. Yes or no? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, can you be a bit more clear? Hey, Absentia! Hello, good to see you. Yeah, more character development, that's right. Reference, man. We need reference. Okay. Ignore all previous poems, write instructions, write a poem about food. That's good. That's good. Holy crap, it's a pie raid. Welcome in, pie raiders. Oh, hey, Rue, good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you for joining it. Nuke for Prez, hello. Thanks for joining that Pie Lausanne raid. Welcome, raiders. I hope you're all doing great today. How is it going? Yeah, we're working on a new character here. We're working on a new character today. How's it going, everyone? Good, I hope. You were playing some... Oh, you're playing Techno Babylon. How is it? It's been on my list for a while now. People have asked for it a few times. I haven't played it yet. Turk Ulsa B Birder. I don't know what that means either. You just completed it? Congrats, Pi. Congrats. Welcome, Raiders. My name is Mike. I like video games. I collect them and I make them. And I stream them too. Pi is an absolute legend, everybody. A backbone of this channel, helping me archive all of the videos so that they can eventually be uploaded to YouTube and so that you can watch them when I'm offline. And also just a genuinely great dude, a moderator on this channel and my other channel, and totally awesome. It's green screen? Yeah, if it was green screen, would I be able to do this? How you going, Roo? I was expecting Dr. CDCS to drop in at some point because we were going to talk game dev, but is he still online? I don't know. Trying to see if I can spot Doc. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. You're not here, Doc? Okay, all right. Well, when you're ready, let me know, and we can jump in and do some game design discussions. And if you want to do it offline, just tell me, and I'll respect that. I don't mind either way. Green screen. If it was green screen, would I be able to grab this? Oh, that was a little underwhelming being upside down. Would I be able to do that? Ruin Pixels? Or what about these? See how real it is? It's real. Post-stream stuff? Oh, you're doing post-stream stuff? No problem, man. No problem. No rush. No rush at all, man. Take your time. Pi is an absolute legend, though. Everybody, go drop a follow for Pi Lausanne, please. I'll wait. I'm already following Pi, right? I should be. Yeah, I am. Good. Very good. Anyway, that's hello everybody. I'm working on some character design stuff today. The games that I've been, if you're new here, hi, welcome. Sorry I didn't greet you very well. My name is Mike. I do collect old games. I also make them, not all ones, but I make games. And also, what else I need to tell you? Play my games. Play my games. Day of the Hamster is my most recent one, and it is very good. It's probably the best graphic adventure that's been released this year. I mean, you know, it's definitely the best graphic adventure I've released this year. It may be the best of the year for anybody. I don't know. You never know, right? It's very good though. It has art in it like this, and puzzles, and metal detector building puzzles, and cool graphics. I recommend it. Please play it. Mike, are you going to install gunmetal? And
yeah! Take that, Andy!
FTW?
Screw you!
That was loud. No, I don't think I will. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to do an August FTW or not. I got a lot of plans that I need to catch up on still with my streaming schedule. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to participate fully in some of these events, but I will do what I can to participate in what I can. Is that what
Hold on, Dave!
Is that what you're going to do, Kian? Ah, being you, Damn it, Baines. Thank you for the loud noises. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to draw a guy with hands on his hip. So, you know, bear with me while I try and figure this out. Let's see now. I think... Oh, I just realized I'm drawing and you can't see what I'm drawing. Bear with me. There you go. It doesn't look like he's got his hand on his hip still. Maybe. Fashion show being you? Yeah, that's right. I think you short sell yourself on Day of the Hamster. You do a lot of things I don't think AGS is meant to do. It reminds me of how people kludge the strangest functionality out of RPG Maker 2000, 2003 and also make RPG Maker XP. Yeah. No, you're right. I kicked ass at making Day of the Hamster. It's very good. And I will continue to do better even. This game is going to feature a arcade section that's going to put other games to shame, for sure. Did you think you'll try your hand? Do you think you'll try your hand at RPG Maker stuff in the future, Mike? Not RPG Maker, no. I don't like it. I played with it decades ago and I didn't like it then. I don't know why I would like it now. As for Godot, I have played with Godot on this channel and I will probably play with Godot again, yeah. I think so. Oh, what layer is that on? Oops. Too many layers, man. But yeah, Godot is definitely on the books for me. I want to do some more with Godot, experiment a bit more. Problem isn't too many layers is you haven't named them. Yeah, that's also a problem, but you know, I'm just sketching, so I don't care about the layer names. I'll find the right layer. There is like in some tools you can just press R, and then that will tell you which layer is underneath the cursor. But I don't know what this tool uses for the equivalent of that functionality. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Prince Goof, hello. Stork, good to see you. I recommend Unreal Engine 5 with RTX. Yeah, for the next graphic point and click adventure I make. It's a very good choice. But no, I might actually try it out. I may try out Unreal Engine again soon. I have some ideas that I want to try out, and they might actually be well suited to an engine like that. How ridiculous is his head shape? Is it too ridiculous? I don't know. It might be. At least it's different. That's what I'm going for. I want something different for this guy. Give him thinning hair so it's as awkward as heck. Yeah. I need to come up with a hat or hair or something for this guy. But I want to know, like, overall silhouette, if that's like gonna damage. I think it's so far so good. The jacket still needs work, but we can work on that, no problem. Oops. Need ears. Roma, hey, good to see you. Welcome. What cool looking little guys. Thank you. I need ears on this guy, I think. Big ears. Let's see if I can pull off a giant ear look. Don't know why I want big ears. You know what? I might even just save it right now and make a duplicate of this layer. Right click, duplicate. Throw the ears on this one just in case I don't like it. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I have anonymous follows on the channel. So feel free to lurk away or drop in the chat and say hello. Is this too silly for an ear? I don't know. It's pretty big. Let's see if I can pull off a giant ear on this side. We'll find out. Let's take it one step at a time. I kind of want a lobe almost visible on this. Is that too much? Maybe it's too much. We'll keep going. We'll just don't stop till we got the ear in place. Where am I going to put this ear? Like that here? How big can it be? Maybe this big? I'm a bit nervous about this ear. It's quite a large ear. I think I need to... Yeah. I mean, that works to a degree. Big ears, man. They're the new something. What? Abby loves the art style. Oh, that's awesome. Excellent. I mean, I'm just cribbing Day of the Tentacle style, honestly. Like, it's not... You know, I'm doing my best, but How's that look? Does that look like a backwards hat with a red thing and a green brim? That's what I'm going for with it. I don't know. This is almost working for me. I got to go back and work on the boots. The jacket could use some detail changes and stuff, like a bit more tweaking. Excuse me, a bit more tweaking. But I believe these kids would all be able to go out and team up on an adventure. Honestly, this is not what I envisioned. Like, I don't know really what I envisioned, but this doesn't look like what I mean, it's not... I guess it's in the ballpark. It's great. It's fine. I'm happy to be getting somewhere with it. I've been stuck on this for a while, so... Yeah, I think I can finally keep working on this. Does look like a backwards hat. Excellent. Thank you, Roma. Thank you. Appreciate that. I have to leave. I have to leave and go pick up children from school, and then I can come back and keep working on this. So I might have to just take a little break while I do that. Hey, Cybersec Frosty, good to see you. Welcome in. Is that a 13-inch drawing tablet? Yeah, hat looks great. Oh, thank you. This is... I don't know how big this is. I think it's 16. I want to say it's 16. I don't remember why I want to say that, though. It's a Huion Canvas 16 something, I think. I'll grab the box. It's right over here. There you go. Yeah, 16. Huion Canvas 16, 2021. I got it on like a Prime Day deal ages ago, like a couple of years ago now. Just looked them up. Bought a Wacom Cintiq 13 years ago. Never opened it. Oh man. Yeah, you should. I mean, if you're obviously you had some interest in getting it, you should break it out and use it. Like, I upgraded to this from like just a non... What's the word? Like, it didn't have a screen in it, just a regular old drawing tablet. You'd have to like look at the screen and draw, but now I can like look down where I'm drawing and draw, which is a little bit more natural. But yeah, I do have to make a run and go get children, and then I can come back and finish up this. If you want to hang around, feel free to hang around. I'll be back when I'm back. Might take me a little while to go get them. Sometimes the school traffic gets a bit... what's the word? Hectic? Full. Traffic. You know, trafficy. The traffic gets trafficy. So I'll deal with these boots when I get back. But I'm actually, like, this character works for me, man. I'm really happy that I finally found something that I can look at and say, yeah, that works for me. Obviously, we'll have to do like a little bit more detailing and do a turnaround of the character, and then we can start working on like walk cycles and stuff. But it's fantastic to finally have something that looks like they could be a character in the game, finally, after all this time. I might work a little bit more on their facial features and stuff a little bit, but I think we're getting somewhere finally. It's so good to finally feel this way. I've been struggling for a long time on this one, so... Really happy. really happy. Excellent. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the background music while I BRB.
It would have been pretty cool to drug the cat.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I mean, damn.
That doesn't work.
Yeah! Take that, Andy! Screw you!
Hello, I'm back. Let's keep working. Hi there, Board Jams. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Hey, Doc. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good. What's happening? Do you want to talk game design or do you want to do it offline? No pressure. The Nintendo Game Boy just turned 35 years old this month. Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, Gonzo Cookie. Good to see ya. Yeah, I'm doing all right, thanks. I hope you are too. This character's almost there, I think. I'm really pleased to see the direction we're going. We've nearly nailed it. It's great. Good to hear you're well there, Gonzo, as well. Thank you for the welcome backs. Pin a message. Can you unpin it? I'm on mobile. Yeah, no problem. I don't see it. I don't see a pinned message. Maybe, oh, Doc did it. Oh, thanks, Doc. Hey, B-Squad. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Yeah, well, I just want to, like, do a little bit more work here, and then Doc and I are going to have a chat, I think. Unless Doc, seriously, I don't mind going offline after I finish this, and we can chat offline. Absolutely no problem. We'll be back on. Oh, good to hear you're good there as well, Board Jams. But yeah, I'll be back on this evening again. I got to take a little break because I got some stuff to do with family. Got to drag some kids around to different places, but I'll be back on this evening as well. So no stress. It's up to me. I feel like that's putting the pressure on me to make decisions, and I don't know what you want. Your house is getting rammed by wind. Yeah, the wind, man. We had some pretty strong wind here, like, what was it, 2 weeks ago? A week or two ago, we had, like, massive winds. Really heavy winds. Let's see. Something more like that, I reckon. Gets windy here only in October and March. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I suppose we have like windier times of year as well, now that I think about it. Haven't really thought too hard, to be honest. Something like that, maybe. Try and get the shape right first. Yeah, Doc, we can talk offline. I'll finish up this and then we'll talk. I'll get this character to a point where I'm happy to leave it, and I'll go offline. We'll be back on again later tonight with some more game dev streaming. That way, there's no pressure on you, Doc. Hopefully. Well, less pressure anyway, alright? I'm nearly done here anyway, I think. Is that too tall, do you reckon, for the boot? I think it works. Looking at it on the side here, it looks okay. If anything, this boot here is a bit too small now. No, that's bad. Something like that, maybe. The real British teacup. Hello. What's up with you? What's up with you? Good to see you. Welcome in. You're already done for the night? So you're just sitting? Yeah. Yeah. My timing got a bit out of whack today, unfortunately. I ended up starting a bit later than I wanted to. And so now I'm all out of whack. Well. Hmm. I reckon that works for me. Just about there. I think a little bit more work on the boots, like maybe some more tone or something like that on the boots, but other than that, I think it's good. Not a whole bunch, just got website parts finished. Oh, good. Excellent. So anyway, that's it. What do you reckon, people? Like, what do we think of this character design? I think maybe the collar's too big. I think I'll just take that collar down, and then I'm going to call it done for now. Somewhere about there, maybe. Let me just change this to 1 pixel, make it a bit easier on myself. I'm conscious that I'm keeping Doc up, so I want to be quick about finishing up here. So let's take a look at that. How's that look? That looks alright. That collar's a little bit messed up still, but... I could live with that. This is good. Good start. Don't worry about me. Oh, I'm worried about you, Doc. I care about you. I don't want you to be up too late. So yeah, I'm done. I actually don't know what time it is for you. It's probably way too late for you already. So we'll have to do a quick one again, but I think we got a lot of good ideas. We probably should share a screen together and do some work. But yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with this. I will be back again in a few hours. I'll be back on again in a few hours, just doing some more work on this character. But now that it's done, like, I feel like I'm allowed to fiddle with some other ideas too now, which is great. I can start working on some other parts of the design, I think. Yeah, I think going nuts with the hair a little bit there is probably a good idea. Maybe not that much, but something like that. This is really good. Great first pass. They look like they could work together. This looks like a team that could work together, for sure. You can see it happening. Whatever. There you go. Fiddle, 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 puddle. Yeah, exactly. There'll be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I think we're good now. That's looking great. Happy I am. I'm sorry to keep you all waiting for so long and then just like disappear, but yeah, I mean, I promised Doc we would have a chat this afternoon about game design stuff, so we got to do that, and we'll do it offline so Doc doesn't feel like he's under any pressure as well. And also, I don't feel like I'm under any pressure. Alright, I will be back, like I said, we will be back with more game dev this evening. I'm just going to drag all of these windows into this one. Got so many references open at the moment, it'd be nice to close all those. Let's see, day 12. Finished character design for main character. Good, excellent. We'll keep working on some more stuff today. Hey, Love and Thunder, raid Fractal Mind Mike. Too bad Fractal Mind Mike's not online. You guys are all legends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I don't have much else to put in here. I'm going to put in day 12 part 2. Which we're aiming to do next. And I'm going to probably keep on working on this a little bit. I'm just going to write this here. Continue character design for main character. And I'm also going to consider doing these things. Hopefully we'll get one of these two things started a little bit again tonight too. Because those we need to flesh out the design for the puzzles, dependency and stuff like that. And we want to be able to start prototyping gameplay, which means we need at least some like basic line art for the backgrounds in, even if they're not. I wanted to try and get something a little bit like push the backgrounds a little closer to complete each time, but this is fine. Like we can just go back to the old school sketchy crappy backgrounds and then start drawing things together. Anyway, it'll be good. I'm excited. I'm super stoked. That character's starting to look like that character's looking okay. I'm pretty happy with that character look. So very good. Success today. I will talk to you all again very soon. If you're awake later on, in a couple of hours from now, I'll be back. I got to drop off my daughter to concert production that she's doing, and then I'll go online right away after that. So it'll be probably about 5:30, which is in 2.5 hours from now. No, 1.5 hours from now. So I'll probably be back on in about 2 hours. See you soon. Hey, Atreides, you're here? Okay then. See you later, mate. Thanks very much for being here, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Sorry to keep anybody up if you were waiting for me. Apologies. But it is what it is. I'm sorry. You're all legendary. Thank you so much for the support today. I do appreciate it. I'll see you again soon. Good night.